Hello students. In the ongoing series of online classes, let us study another poem, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. So this is the poem, Fire and Ice. Let me give you the introduction of the poem. Robert Frost's poem, Fire and Ice, is a very short poem, though it gives a very great message. Fire and Ice expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. Both the components are compared with self-destructing human emotions, that is, hatred and desire. The poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us, and if we do not control them, they will surely destroy everything around us. Similarly, he thinks fire and ice both are just as competent in bringing the world to a catastrophic end. So let us talk about the explanation. So in the first stanza, let us read the first stanza. The first stanza reads, "Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire." In this stanza, the poem expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or fire. One group is of the opinion that someday the earth's core will get so heated up that it would lead to fire, destroying the earth's surface. On the other hand, the second group says that if the temperature goes down to an extent that makes life on earth impossible, it would have the same catastrophic effect. The poet then compares fire and ice with the destructive features of human emotions, desire and hatred. He says that from what he is aware about fiery desires, he would favor the one who say that it would be fire, means the world would be destroyed by fire. By saying so, he brings about the idea that human beings let their emotions rule them, and the consequence of unmonitored longing is chaos. Their desires are uncontrollable, and the result will be total chaos in the world. Now let us read the second stanza. "But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice." Means, in this stanza the poet wants to say, then by not waiving off the first option of fire, he considers if the world has to expire twice, ice would be equally competent in ending it. He brings about a contrast between ice and hatred. The human capability of insensitivity and hatred has the potential for inner destruction. Though slow and steady, it has the same effect that desire has on us. So, if given an option between fire and ice would be just as good as fire to destroy the world. So, this was the explanation of the second stanza. Now, students, let me tell you about the rhyming scheme of the poem. The rhyming scheme of the poem is A B A B B C B C B. Fire rhymes with desire in the third line, fire in the fourth line, and ice in the second line rhymes with the twice in the fifth line, ice in the seventh line, and suffice in the ninth line. Then hate rhymes with great. So the rhyming scheme of the poem is A B A B C B C B. So the rhyming scheme of the poem is A B A B C B. So this is the rhyming scheme: A B A B C B C and B. So now let me tell you the summary of the poem. So this Robert Frost's poem Fire and Ice is a strong symbolic poem where fire is used as the emotion of desire and ice that of hatred. He has used the idea of two groups who have their own possible explanation for the end of the world. One is of the opinion that fire alone can destroy each and every possibility of life on earth, while the other thinks that if ice as a result of extreme low temperature could cover the earth's surface, it would lead to the end of the world. Both the components are compared with self-destructing human emotions, desire and hatred. The poet is originally of the opinion that he has been very closely associated with the fiery desires and considers it capable of bringing human beings on the verge of destruction. Thus, he considers fire as more competent for destruction. But then he thinks that icy hatred is just as capable of ruining humans, though slowly and steadily. Therefore, if earth was to end twice, ice would be just as good as fire. If fire would lead to rapid destruction, ice would lead to silent damage. Similarly, if fire is pure passion, ice is pure reason. Thus, the poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us, and if we do not control them, they will surely bring us all on the verge of chaos and destruction. So this was the summary, students. I hope you have understood the poem very well. Still you have any problem, any query, you may talk to me. Thank you, students.